Did you know that before the king truly exploded, he had a close team helping him rise? This is a rare glimpse of Elvis backstage with his road manager, Gene Smith, at the Texarkana Municipal Auditorium on September 2, 1955. At this point, Elvis was still a regional sensation with Sun Records. Gene Smith, often seen driving Elvis to gigs in his new Cadillac, was crucial in those early, chaotic days. The bond with his small crew was the foundation Elvis built his empire upon. This image captures the intimate moments before a young man took the world by storm. Imagine stepping into a small, smoky dance hall in Memphis, where the king of rock and roll was still just a local kid. That was the Eagle's Nest in the 1950s, primarily known for Western swing music. This venue was vital in exposing Elvis to a wider audience, especially as he mixed his unique sound with country and blues. Before the massive stadiums, this humble spot was where the revolution took hold. It was here, in places like the Eagle's Nest, that Elvis forged the raw, electrifying stage presence that would soon define an entire generation of music. This exclusive shot captures Elvis with Lamar Fike and Charlie Hodge heading to see Barbra Streisand at the International Hotel on July 28, 1969. Following her show, Elvis went to her dressing room. To avoid the frenzy of fans in the main halls, Elvis, always concerned with security and privacy, used the hotel's surface corridors and staff elevators. This period marked his triumphant return to live performing in Vegas. Even at the height of his fame, Elvis preferred to move through the shadows, seeking quiet moments among the spectacular chaos of his life. It's fascinating to see the transformation of the world's biggest celebrity into a simple soldier. Here is Elvis during his U.S. Army service in Germany from 1958 to 1960. Despite the uproar his draft caused, Elvis insisted on being treated like any other man, serving as a private. His time overseas was formative, especially when he met Priscilla. This experience showcased his character and dedication, proving he was more than just a performer. He fulfilled his duty, earning the respect of his nation and his fellow soldiers. Take a look at a relaxed king at his home. This picture of Elvis Presley was taken on April 13, 1968, in his Los Angeles house. During this time, he was actively working on the film Live a Little, Love a Little. This image offers a peaceful contrast to the demanding schedule of a movie star. The late 60s were a pivotal period for Elvis, juggling his film commitments while secretly preparing for the iconic comeback special that would change his career trajectory forever. It's a moment of quiet reflection before the storm of his return to the stage. Witness the king's dedication to martial arts. This image shows Elvis practicing karate with a police officer in Detroit, Michigan on October 4, 1974. Elvis's passion for karate was deep and genuine. He earned his black belt and often incorporated movements into his explosive stage performances. He saw karate as both a physical discipline and a philosophy for life. His enthusiasm was so strong that he shared his knowledge with many, including his security detail, promoting the art to a global audience. Long before the massive stadiums, this is what fame looked like. This charming picture shows Elvis interacting with fans in 1955. He was just beginning his journey to national stardom, and moments like this were still common. Personal, close-up interactions with his growing fan base. His natural charisma and genuine warmth were a huge part of his early appeal. These intimate connections fueled his career and built a loyal following that would last his entire life. Even in uniform, his famous smile couldn't be contained. This candid shot captures Elvis Presley in his U.S. Army uniform laughing in a doorway around 1958. It perfectly illustrates his ability to maintain his natural charm and personality despite the strict environment of military service. This period was a major test of his character, yet he navigated it with grace and good humor. He always found a way to lighten the mood, confirming his status as an icon even while serving his country. Imagine having the king of rock and roll over for a casual evening. These photos were taken in Charles and Bonnie Underwood's apartment in Memphis on Monday evening, April 15, 1957. This intimate gathering provides a rare peek into Elvis's private life, away from the concert stage and film set. It reminds us that despite his monumental fame, he treasured simple moments of friendship and relaxation. The trust Elvis placed in his close circle allowed for these genuine, unscripted moments to be captured. A rare confluence of Memphis legends is seen here. This photo features Elvis with pioneering DJ Dewey Phillips, alongside Bonnie and Charles Underwood. Dewey Phillips was the legendary radio personality who first played Elvis's debut single, That's All Right, on his show Red, Hot and Blue. Without Phillips's early support and enthusiasm, Elvis's initial rise might have been very different. This photograph is a tribute to the deep local connections that helped launch Elvis's career onto the world stage. Even during a busy film shoot, the fans always gathered. This shot captures Elvis on the set of Viva Las Vegas with fans, taken in between takes in July 1963. The energy he shared with his audience was constant, whether on stage or on a movie set. Viva Las Vegas became one of his most popular films, showcasing his undeniable chemistry with co-star Anne Margaret. These candid moments show his willingness to pause his work to connect with the people who adored him. Take a moment to see the king at home. This photograph of Elvis Presley was taken at his Hillcrest home in Los Angeles in mid-July 1972. The home served as his base during his Hollywood years. In 1972, Elvis was riding the wave of his renewed stage career, but he always returned to the comfort of his private sanctuary. This image captures a brief, tranquil pause from the electrifying energy of his live performances during a highly successful touring year. Look at the iconic stage presence. On October 4, 1974, Elvis performed at Olympia Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, to a massive crowd of over 17,000 fans. For this show, he wore his instantly recognizable Chinese dragon jumpsuit, one of his most elaborate stage outfits. These incredible jumpsuits were not just costumes, they were extensions of his larger-than-life persona, designed to be visible and dazzling even to the very back of the huge arenas he now commanded. This is a picture from a truly iconic night. On April 16, 1972, Elvis performed at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Jacksonville, Florida. This particular show is famous because the image used for the cover of his iconic album, Elvis as Recorded at Madison Square Garden, was actually taken that evening in Jacksonville. This detail highlights the seamless power and consistently high quality of his performances during that era, making every show feel like a landmark event. The energy of a live show is palpable here. Elvis performed at the St. Paul Civic Center in Minnesota on October 2, 1974. His touring schedule in the mid-70s was relentless, yet he delivered powerful performances night after night. By this stage, his live shows were legendary, known for their dramatic openings, stunning jumpsuits, and a mix of his classic hits and contemporary songs. Every concert was an opportunity for his fans to witness the magic of the king in person. This photo shows a moment of kindness and connection. Elvis is at the Memphian Theater with two very special people: his devoted fan Gary Pepper and his mother, Nell, in July 1962. Gary Pepper, a celebrated and dedicated fan, had a special relationship with Elvis, often receiving special access to his private life. This image perfectly illustrates the generosity and deep appreciation Elvis held for his most loyal supporters throughout his career. A meeting of country music greats. This photo captures Elvis with country music stars Jim Reeves and Leon Post in June 1955. At this early point in his career, Elvis was frequently performing on the same bills as established country artists. These interactions were critical as he blurred the lines between country, blues, and pop, forging the sound of rock and roll. It's a snapshot of a transitional moment in music history, just before Elvis's own fame eclipsed all others. Discover the talent behind the king. This is Cissy Houston, a member of the Sweet Inspirations, who were hired to sing backing vocals for Elvis Presley during his return to live performances in Las Vegas in July and August 1969. Their powerful and soulful vocal harmonies were essential in shaping the incredible sound of his 70s stage show. Their voices provided the deep, gospel-infused texture that lifted Elvis's performances to a new, dramatic level. Feel the intensity of the performance. This image shows Elvis Presley performing at the Convention Center Arena in San Antonio, Texas, on April 18, 1972. The early 70s saw Elvis at the peak of his concert career, captivating audiences with his dynamic stage presence. His shows were not just concerts, they were extravagant spectacles, blending his iconic image with the power of a full orchestra and backup singers, creating a musical experience unlike any other. Look at this incredible early photo. Elvis Presley is captured here at the Mid-South Fair in Memphis in 1955. The fair was a huge local event, and his performance there marked a significant step in his regional success. He was just starting to gain real traction, and his performances were raw, energetic, and completely revolutionary. It's a valuable snapshot of the young, hungry artist on the cusp of becoming a global phenomenon. The later years were still filled with energy. This image shows Elvis Presley performing at the Riverfront Coliseum in Cincinnati, Ohio on March 21, 1976. Even in his final years, Elvis still had the power to command a huge arena and connect deeply with his fans. These late-career tours were a testament to his enduring star power and the commitment of his loyal audience, who came out in droves to see the king one last time. A joyful moment with the guys. This photograph shows Elvis attending the wedding of his close friend and bodyguard Red West and Pat Boyd. Red West was one of the most loyal and longest-serving members of the Memphis Mafia. Elvis treasured the private, supportive relationships he had with his inner circle. Attending this wedding highlights the importance of loyalty and personal connections in Elvis's life, away from the spotlight. Witness the beginning of his film career. This is a classic shot of Elvis on the set of his first film, Love Me Tender. Released in 1956, the movie was originally titled The Reno Brothers and was not intended to be a musical. However, Elvis's popularity was so massive that the studio quickly added songs and changed the title to match his hit. This film launched his parallel career in Hollywood, cementing his status as a multi-talented global icon. A quiet ride home for the biggest star. This photograph of Elvis Presley on a train was taken on July 3, 1956, during his journey from New York back to Memphis, Tennessee. Fresh off recording sessions and major media appearances, the train offered a brief moment of solitude. Even with his explosive rise to fame, he remained grounded, always heading back to his beloved Memphis. This image shows a king who still preferred the simple comfort of home. Look at the classic rebellion captured on film. This is Elvis on the set of Jailhouse Rock. Released in 1957, the movie is perhaps his most iconic, featuring the legendary dance sequence to the title song. The film perfectly captured the energy and rebellious spirit of early rock and roll. This production cemented Elvis's image as a rock icon whose moves and style were as captivating as his voice, making a lasting mark on cinema. The chemistry between these two was electrifying. This classic photo shows Elvis and Anne Margaret on the set of Viva Las Vegas in 1964. Their on-screen partnership in the film is considered his best, fueled by a genuine and intense connection they shared off-screen. The energy between them leaps from the screen even today, making the film a beloved classic and a testament to the powerful star quality of both performers. A true king riding through his kingdom. This photo captures Elvis riding back to his Hillcrest home in Los Angeles. Motorcycles were a genuine passion for Elvis, representing freedom and an escape from the pressures of fame. He often rode with members of his inner circle. These private rides were a cherished way for him to decompress and enjoy a sense of normal life, even while surrounded by the constant demands of his career. A familiar sight for fans. This photograph captures Elvis and Marty Lacker with fans at the gates of Graceland in the 1970s. Graceland was more than just a home. It was a pilgrimage site for his devotees. Elvis often showed generosity, sometimes walking out to greet the crowd at the gates. This image highlights the constant presence of his fans, a testament to the powerful, magnetic connection he maintained with the people who loved his music. A true backstage moment in Vegas. This photo captures Elvis and Charlie Hodge in an elevator at the International Hotel on August 21, 1969. Having just finished his midnight show, Elvis was known for roaming the hotel halls late at night, sometimes as late as 4 a.m. His curiosity and restless energy were legendary. This glimpse behind the scenes shows the king unwinding after an intense performance, finding quiet moments in the massive Vegas complex. Feel the electricity of a late career show. This photo was taken during Elvis's evening show at the Von Braun Civic Center in Huntsville, Alabama on September 6, 1976. By this time, his shows were powerful spectacles, drawing enormous crowds eager to witness the legend. Even in 1976, his voice was powerful, and his ability to hold an audience captivated was undiminished, proving his lasting power as a live performer. Witness an essential early date in his career. On September 24, 1954, Elvis performed at the Eagle's Nest in Memphis. He shared the bill that night with the Tiny Dixon Band. This performance was an important step in his growth, as he was still honing his unique sound and stage act. These local Memphis gigs were the proving ground where the king perfected the explosive performance style that would soon make him an international sensation. The legendary jumpsuits were always a sight to behold. This image shows Elvis Presley performing in concert during his 1976 Hot Winter Nights tour. His elaborate jumpsuits, custom designed to allow for his dramatic movements, became synonymous with his 70s stage persona. These tours were vital, bringing the energy and spectacle of his Las Vegas shows to cities across the nation, ensuring millions could experience the king live. Look at the sheer majesty of the king's style. This photograph captures Elvis Presley wearing one of his famous jumpsuits, complete with a cape, a powerful trademark of his Las Vegas residency and 70s tours. The cape added a dramatic, almost superhero-like flair to his entrances and exits, perfectly complementing his larger-than-life stage presence. These outfits are now iconic symbols of a superstar at the absolute peak of his global fame. A true bond of loyalty and friendship. This photo features Elvis with his lifelong friend, Red West. Red was a key member of the Memphis Mafia, serving as a bodyguard, songwriter, and trusted companion. Their relationship dated back to their school days, built on shared experiences before and after Elvis's immense fame. This picture highlights the importance of the deep personal connections that offered stability to the king's often chaotic life. A pivotal career moment is captured here. This photo was taken during a press conference at the Astrodome in Houston, Texas on March 1, 1970. Elvis was in town for a highly successful series of 6 concerts for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. This marked his first non-Vegas public appearances since his comeback, demonstrating his massive commercial power outside of the casino environment. It was a clear sign that his return to the stage was a global triumph. Discover the details of a dazzling outfit. This photo captures Elvis Presley during a live performance wearing his famous white pinwheel jumpsuit, also known as the Red Lion or Red Matador. The jumpsuits were elaborate works of art, often adorned with sequins and specific designs. They were designed not just for spectacle, but to hold up under the dynamic, high-energy demands of his explosive stage routine in the 1970s. A moment in time at a Las Vegas landmark. This photo captures Presley and Red West at the Landmark Hotel on February 25, 1971. Elvis often stayed in this hotel when he wasn't performing at the Hilton. The Landmark was an important hub in his Las Vegas world. This image offers a glimpse of the king enjoying a quiet moment outside the bright lights of the stage, sharing a bond with his longtime trusted friend. Imagine the excitement of an arrival. Just after midnight on June 24, 1977, Elvis Presley arrived in Madison, Wisconsin after finishing a concert in Des Moines. Even late at night, his arrivals were major events, often involving police escorts. This dedicated touring schedule, right up to the end, shows his commitment to his fans and the live performance circuit. This was one of the last few tours the king would ever undertake. A rare, personal insight into the king. When Sheila Ryan, a former girlfriend, was asked about Elvis Presley's heart, she spoke of his genuine sensitivity. Ryan's recollections, and those of others close to him, reveal a man who was far more complex and tender than his public image suggested. These personal accounts offer a valuable, human dimension to the global icon, showing the deep-seated kindness he shared with those he loved. The need for speed and freedom. Elvis Presley's love for motorcycles began early in his career, starting with the purchase of a Harley-Davidson in 1955 after signing his first record deal. For Elvis, a motorcycle represented a precious sense of freedom and anonymity that his fame increasingly denied him. This enduring passion for riding provided him with a vital, personal escape from the intense pressures of being the king. The day the music fell silent. When Elvis Presley passed away in August 1977, the world lost more than just an icon. They lost a revolution. His death marked the end of an era that he had personally defined. He wasn't just a singer, he was the catalyst for massive cultural and musical change. The profound, immediate, worldwide reaction to his passing confirmed his status as an unparalleled, truly global figure. A tender family portrait. This moving picture shows Elvis with his beloved father Vernon and his mother Gladys. Gladys was the single most important person in Elvis's life, and their bond was famously intense. This image captures the love and support of the family unit that was the foundation of his world before fame intervened. It's a powerful reminder of the humble beginnings that shaped the future king. A sight seen by few. This rare photograph shows Elvis Presley's cherished Convair 880 aircraft, the Lisa Marie, receiving a full police escort as it was moved back to its permanent resting place across from Graceland. Naming the jet after his daughter showed the depth of his devotion. This massive transport operation highlights the unprecedented scale of Elvis's life and the symbolic importance of his possessions to his legacy. A profound perspective on the king. Linda Thompson, Elvis's girlfriend for 4 years, once spoke with deep affection about the man she knew. Her words often reveal his vulnerability, his generous spirit, and his private struggles. Thompson offered stability and companionship during a demanding period of his career. Her honest reflections provide an intimate and important understanding of Elvis's heart, far removed from the public spectacle. Witness the magic of a classic film set. This is a backstage photo from the 1961 film Blue Hawaii, featuring Elvis Presley and his co-star Joan Blackman on the beach. The movie became one of his most financially successful pictures, perfectly capturing the fun and exotic feel of Hawaii. This image captures the relaxed, playful atmosphere that often existed on the set of his early, beloved musical comedies. His influence redefined celebrity. Elvis Presley's impact is profound because he inspired the concept of the modern superstar, demonstrating that an artist could simultaneously dominate music, film, fashion, and popular culture. He was the original multimedia phenomenon. His ability to cross genres and platforms fundamentally changed the landscape of entertainment, setting the stage for every global celebrity who followed in his footsteps. An iconic moment frozen in time. This powerful black and white photograph of Elvis Presley was taken in New York City on July 1, 1956. This year was arguably the most pivotal of his career, marking his explosion into national fame. Every picture from this period captures the raw, magnetic energy of the artist, who was suddenly captivating the entire nation and fundamentally changing the course of popular music forever. A quiet, cherished retreat at home. This photograph shows Elvis Presley riding his favorite horse, Rising Sun, on the grounds of Graceland. Horseback riding was a profound source of peace and relaxation for Elvis. He took deep pride in his horses, and spending time with them allowed him to escape the intense pressure of fame. These private moments on his beloved property were essential to his well-being. The king serving his country. This image captures Elvis Presley during his U.S. Army service, which lasted from 1958 to 1960. His decision to serve as a regular soldier rather than accepting a special service position earned him tremendous respect globally. This period was a major pause in his career, yet it solidified his character and proved that even the king was committed to his duty. Experience the chaos of early fame. Elvis Presley's performance shown here occurred on May 26, 1956 at the Veterans Memorial Auditorium in Columbus, Ohio. By 1956, his shows were already becoming frantic events, characterized by screaming fans and an almost riotous level of excitement. This image captures the electric atmosphere of his early concerts, demonstrating the unprecedented audience reaction that he alone could generate. A show that became history. This picture was taken on June 26, 1977, inside the Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. This concert holds a somber significance, as it was the final live performance Elvis Presley would ever give. No one in the audience knew they were witnessing history. It was the king's final curtain call, a powerful and poignant end to his unparalleled touring career. A truly magical time at Graceland. Christmas Eve at Graceland was famously a time of warmth and tradition for Elvis and his family. He loved to spoil his loved ones and always ensured the house was beautifully decorated. These celebrations were treasured moments of private life and family connection, allowing the king to simply be a loving father and son during the holiday season. A powerful reminder of simple beginnings. This photo evokes a time in the late 1940s when Elvis was just a boy growing up in Memphis. Before the fame, the money, and the mansion, he and his family faced financial struggles. This picture is a grounding reminder of his humble roots, the environment that shaped his musical taste, and the deep resilience he developed long before he became the king. The thunderous ovation that started the show. The night of April 22, 1976, at the City Auditorium Arena in Omaha, Nebraska, began with a dramatic entrance as Elvis walked onto the stage. The roar of the crowd was a unique sound that only he could inspire. These late-career concerts were a profound display of his enduring star power, a reminder that the king still had the ability to silence the world with a single entrance. A late career perspective on the king. By 1977, the intense demands of Elvis's career and personal life were often visible. Journalist Ken Williams, attending one of his final concerts, noted the change in his appearance. These accounts, while difficult, provide an honest look at the immense burden of his fame. His commitment to performing, despite his struggles, was a testament to his dedication to his audience. The quiet sorrow of a daughter. Lisa Marie Presley often spoke about the constant worry she carried as a child, aware of her father's struggles. Her reflections offer a powerful, personal insight into the hidden challenges of growing up as the daughter of the king. This unique perspective highlights the complex reality of Elvis's family life, away from the spotlight, and the deep love they shared. The power of a new era. This classic photo captures Elvis Presley in 1969, right after his career-redefining 1968 TV special and his triumphant return to live performances in Las Vegas. He had shed the Hollywood film persona and emerged as a powerful, mature artist. This period is often seen as one of his most creative, where he fused his rock and roll roots with dramatic, gospel-infused showmanship. The deepest loss he ever faced. This is one of the most heartbreaking photographs, symbolizing the immense grief Elvis felt after the passing of his beloved mother, Gladys, in 1958. Gladys was his confidant and anchor, and her death deeply affected him for the rest of his life. This enduring sorrow speaks to the profound and unbreakable bond he shared with the woman he often credited as his inspiration. The day the music fell silent forever. August 16, 1977, is the date the world paused, marking the sudden, tragic end of Elvis Presley's life. The news sent shockwaves across the globe, an unprecedented outpouring of grief for a cultural figure. This date remains one of the most significant and sorrowful days in the history of popular music, symbolizing the loss of a truly irreplaceable king. A profound act of generosity. In the mid-1970s, Elvis heard about a young, visually impaired boy in Memphis and decided to make a difference. Elvis's deep-seated generosity and commitment to helping those in need were legendary. These acts of kindness, often done in secret, reveal the true, compassionate heart beneath the celebrity persona, demonstrating his desire to use his fame for good. A simple moment of quiet pride. This beautifully simple photograph captures Vernon and Gladys Presley sitting on the front porch of Graceland. This image is a moving testament to their journey from poverty to wealth. After all the fame and fortune, they still cherished the quiet, domestic life. It's a powerful image of the family that supported the king's rise, finally enjoying the fruits of his unprecedented success. A treasure from the final tour. This powerful, unpublished photograph was taken on May 21, 1977, in Louisville, Kentucky. Coming from private collections, these images are invaluable glimpses into the king's final months. These late career photos capture the immense devotion of his fans and the sheer scale of his touring operation, demonstrating his enduring commitment to the stage until the very end. A truly legendary story. In 1974, Dolly Parton wrote "I Will Always Love You," a song Elvis loved and planned to record. A dispute over publishing rights prevented the collaboration, a moment that remains one of music history's great missed opportunities. The fact that the king wanted to record her song speaks volumes about the incredible songwriting talent of Dolly Parton. A quiet retreat from the press storm. This photo was taken on June 9, 1972, showing Elvis Presley outside the Mercury Room at the New York Hilton. He had just finished a crowded press conference before his historic four-show run at Madison Square Garden. This image captures him retreating from the glare of the cameras, finding a moment of calm after facing the media before his greatest live triumph. A daughter's honest memory. Lisa Marie Presley often spoke with touching honesty about her grandfather, Vernon. Vernon served as Elvis's business manager and was a constant presence in his life. Lisa Marie's reflections humanize the family dynamics, providing a valuable window into the loyalty and complexity of the relationships at the heart of Graceland. An intimate recollection of the final day. Ginger Alden, Elvis's fiancée, shared her powerful and clear memories of the warm August afternoon in 1977 at Graceland. Her poignant account is a vital, though sorrowful source of information about Elvis's final hours. Her memories offer a deeply personal and human perspective on the day the music world lost its king. The power of his personal style. This striking image captures Elvis on September 11, 1970, in Detroit. The king had an undeniable flair for fashion, often blending comfort with dramatic style. This look is a clear reflection of his personal aesthetic during the early 70s, showcasing the confidence and swagger that permeated every aspect of his persona, both on and off the stage. A profound final performance. In June 1977, just 2 months before his passing, Elvis performed Unchained Melody, resulting in one of the most beautiful and poignant moments of his career. These later performances were often deeply emotional. This song, in particular, became a haunting testament to his enduring vocal power and his ability to convey deep feeling until the very end. The home that became a kingdom. Graceland, Elvis Presley's cherished home in Memphis, Tennessee, is a place of pilgrimage for millions. Purchased in 1957, it was Elvis's ultimate sanctuary, offering him a retreat from the world. It stands as an enduring monument to his life, his legacy, and his unique place in American culture, remaining one of the most famous homes in the world. A quiet end to a massive show. On July 19, 1975, at the Nassau Coliseum in New York, the concert ended, and Elvis stepped out with his girlfriend, Diana Goodman. Even after the performance adrenaline, he was surrounded by flashing bulbs and the constant demands of fame. This intimate moment captures the quiet companionship he sought as he navigated the intense reality of his life on the road. The most sacred, private space. The upstairs of Graceland has remained untouched and closed off since Elvis's passing. This area, his bedroom, office, and dressing room, is preserved as his private sanctuary. This decision honors his privacy and maintains the integrity of the home as he left it, creating a powerful sense of mystery and reverence for the king's final, private retreat. A different kind of role for the king. In 1968, Elvis starred in the Western film Charo. This movie was a deliberate departure where he played a serious, rugged character and, significantly, did not sing on screen. It was an attempt to change his Hollywood image. Charo showcases Elvis's desire to be taken seriously as a dramatic actor, revealing his commitment to expanding his artistic range. A dream meeting of two legends. On September 30, 1965, a young Tom Jones, already a rising star, met his idol, Elvis Presley, on a movie set in Los Angeles. Their bond was immediate and deep. Elvis and Tom Jones maintained a legendary friendship built on mutual respect and a shared passion for showmanship. This first meeting was a truly historic moment between two of the most charismatic performers of their generation. A true friend to law enforcement. In November 1970, during a trip to Denver, Elvis was seen bonding with a group of off-duty police officers. Elvis had a deep and long-standing admiration for law enforcement and often sought out their company. This image reflects his personal commitment to honor those who served, often extending his generosity to them in meaningful ways. A meeting of entertainment giants. In 1962, Elvis Presley and the legendary comedian Jackie Gleason crossed paths at Paramount Studios. This photo captures two of the most dominant and influential figures in American entertainment from the 1950s and 60s. The meeting underscores the sheer magnitude of Elvis's celebrity, placing him on equal footing with established industry heavyweights like Gleason. A moment of reflection on the precipice of fame. In July 1956, Elvis stood in Penn Station, New York, heading home after recording his classic hit, Don't Be Cruel. This year was a whirlwind of explosive success. The photo captures a simple moment of a young man holding a suitcase, unknowingly on the verge of a fame so vast it would change his life and the world forever. A king's unique transportation. This is Elvis's remarkable 1960 Cadillac Series 75 Fleetwood limousine. Elvis's love for personalized, lavish cars was legendary. This vehicle represents his flair for style and his willingness to customize everything around him. These special cars were more than just transportation. They were a symbol of his unprecedented success and status as the king. The day the music paused for duty. On March 24, 1958, Elvis Presley traded his famous stage clothes for a U.S. Army uniform. His induction into the Army was one of the most heavily covered news events of the era. His decision to serve his country, despite his fame, solidified his image as a respectable figure, earning him respect that transcended his rock and roll rebellion. The two sparks of rock and roll. This image captures Bill Haley and Elvis Presley in 1955, standing on the edge of a musical revolution. Bill Haley's Rock Around the Clock and Elvis's early Sun records were the twin forces that ignited the birth of rock and roll. This picture documents a seminal moment, showing the two biggest figures of the nascent genre together, celebrating a masterpiece. When Elvis Presley finished filming his third movie, Jailhouse Rock, on June 25, 1957, the future seemed limitless. This film showcased his raw talent and athleticism. The success of the movie and its soundtrack confirmed his power as both a movie star and a recording artist, solidifying his status as a true king of multiple media. The moment before a major gamble. On June 24, 1968, Elvis stood before the press, preparing for his TV special that would define his life. After years in Hollywood, this was his critical move back to live performance. The famous '68 comeback special was a massive risk, but it paid off spectacularly, re-establishing him as the ultimate king of rock and roll. A brotherhood built on trust. Elvis Presley and Charlie Hodge shared a legendary friendship. Charlie Hodge served as a constant companion, onstage foil, and trusted confidant for decades. Their loyalty and shared history made Charlie an indispensable part of Elvis's life, a true friend who understood the complex man behind the king of rock and roll. The King and the Karate Master. This iconic picture features Elvis Presley and the legendary karate champion Bill Superfoot Wallace at the Tennessee Karate Institute in Memphis in 1974. Elvis had immense respect for martial arts and often trained with masters like Wallace. This collaboration highlights Elvis's deep commitment to karate, a practice that informed his stage movements and gave him a sense of discipline. A legendary meeting of two kings. This iconic image captures Elvis Presley and Muhammad Ali backstage at the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas on February 14, 1973. Both men were at the absolute peak of their global fame. This photograph is a historic snapshot of two of the most charismatic, dominant, and beloved cultural icons of the 20th century meeting in the heart of Las Vegas. The King's dramatic entrance. Before a concert in Miami Beach, Elvis arrived by helicopter, symbolizing the sheer scale of his operations. Even for a short distance, he traveled in style. This use of helicopters and limousines speaks to the immense logistical efforts required to move the world's biggest star, turning his every arrival into a spectacle. Life on the road with the king. On May 27, 1976, Elvis touched down in Bloomington, Indiana, with Linda Thompson by his side. Linda was a constant, supportive presence during his demanding 4 years of touring. Her companionship provided stability amidst the relentless schedule of his final tours, sharing the private world of the global superstar. The beginning of a deep connection. Elvis and Linda Thompson's love story began in the summer of 1972. Linda's presence in his life provided comfort and devotion during one of his most intense touring periods. Their bond was genuine and supportive, giving Elvis a much-needed sense of normalcy and love amidst the relentless glare of celebrity. A quiet ride through Memphis. On June 30, 1972, Elvis was seen riding his 1971 Harley-Davidson with Mary Self. These motorcycle rides were a rare form of escape and relaxation. In this moment, the dazzling superstar took a break from the concert stage to enjoy a simple pleasure in his beloved hometown, a cherished form of freedom. A moment of musical history. In 1957, Elvis Presley and the great B.B. King shared the stage in Memphis. This picture documents a pivotal crossover of musical genres. The mutual respect between the king of rock and roll and the king of the blues underscores the deep roots of Elvis's music in the traditions of blues and rhythm and blues. The final poignant farewell. The night of June 26, 1977, at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis was Elvis Presley's final concert. The show itself was a powerful culmination of his career. Knowing this was his last performance imbues the night with deep emotion, a profound and unforgettable farewell from the greatest live performer the world had ever known. The Dream Wedding in Las Vegas. Priscilla Bewley walked down the aisle to marry Elvis on May 1, 1967, at the Aladdin Hotel in Las Vegas. The intimate, private ceremony was followed by a massive, global media frenzy. This marriage between the king and the woman who had been by his side for years was a historic event, ushering in a new, domestic chapter in his life. The bond that leaped off the screen. From their meeting on the set of Viva Las Vegas in 1964, Elvis and Anne Margaret shared an undeniable connection. Their chemistry was so intense it defined the film. Their deep, mutual respect and shared energy made their relationship one of the most famous and compelling of Elvis's life. A tender family portrait. This rare photo captures a beautiful moment between Elvis Presley, his daughter Lisa Marie, and Priscilla Presley in the early 1970s. These images of the three of them together are especially treasured. This picture shows the private side of the king, deeply devoted to his family, away from the demanding life of a global icon. The return of the king. Elvis Presley is seen here in his famous black leather suit during the pivotal 1968 NBC TV special, widely known as the '68 Comeback Special. This iconic outfit and powerful performance were instrumental in re-establishing him as a serious, relevant artist, reigniting his career and setting the stage for his dramatic return to live touring. The sheer majesty of his home. This breathtaking aerial photograph captures Graceland, Elvis Presley's estate, with his iconic jet, the Lisa Marie, shining nearby. The shot emphasizes the massive scale of the king's life. Graceland and his private jet are physical symbols of his unprecedented success, a sprawling, personal kingdom he created for himself and his family. A shared moment on the final night. This poignant photo captures Elvis Presley with his father, Vernon Presley, on stage during his last show in Indianapolis on June 26, 1977. Vernon was a constant presence in his life and career. This picture of father and son together during his final performance is a touching, symbolic end to his journey on the stage. The family in a quiet moment. A photograph captured Elvis Presley standing with his wife Priscilla and their daughter Lisa Marie in 1973. Pictures of the three together are rare and highly cherished. This image serves as a timeless reminder of the family unit, showing the king as a devoted husband and father during a period of intense public life. A classic tale of Elvis's legendary generosity. In 1975, bank teller Minnie Person was admiring a gold and white custom Cadillac outside a dealership when Elvis, who was nearby, decided to buy it for her. This spontaneous, profound act of giving illustrates the king's enormous heart and his well-known habit of randomly gifting cars to strangers, sharing his immense wealth with those he encountered. The king ready for travel. This image shows Elvis Presley and Linda Thompson standing together, about to board the Lisa Marie. The private jet symbolized the luxury and global reach of his career. These travels were a constant part of their life together, with Linda providing a stable, loving presence as they flew across the country for his demanding tours. More than just a car. Elvis Presley's 1955 Cadillac Fleetwood, lovingly known as the Pink Cadillac, is a true cultural icon. It wasn't originally pink, he had it custom painted. This car is a foundational symbol of early rock and roll style and success. It represents the very beginning of the king's legendary flair for luxury and his profound influence on American pop culture.